it's always been a challenge in this industry to break those silos and bring them closer together. So a common challenge has always been to, how do you process and do the lead handoff properly in a fashion manner. Speed is always how we win in this business. So I think this has evolved now. How do you enable sales team to leverage more technology, not to remove the human element aspect of it, but leverage technology to help them do the million tasks they have to do.
Welcome to The Move In, a senior living marketing podcast from Unlock Health, a full-service marketing partner for the aging services industry. Join us for candid conversations exploring the latest marketing strategies with the senior living community leaders and innovative solution partners who are moving our industry forward. Together, we'll build a community to build better communities. Can technology actually make senior living sales more personal? Hello, I'm Larry Williams, and welcome to the Move In Senior Living Marketing, powered by Unlock Health. This is a question we're all asking as AI, automation, and virtual sales assistants become part of our everyday toolkit. But what if, used in the right way, these tools could actually bring us closer to the families we're trying to serve? In this episode of The Move In, I sat down with Sonia Vachon, VP of Client Engagement at Further at the SMASH Conference, to explore how technology can unlock better communication between sales and marketing teams, streamline lead management, and ultimately create a more human experience for prospects and their families. We talked about breaking down silos, using data to tell the full customer story, and why the future of senior living sales isn't about replacing people, it's about empowering them. Here are a few things we discussed. Sales and marketing alignment. How breaking down silos can create a shared feedback loop that drives faster, more qualified conversions. Technology with a human touch. How AI and automation can enhance, not replace, the human connection in the sales journey. And simplifying and unifying the data. By consolidating your tech stack helps create one ecosystem for smarter, data-driven decisions. All right, let's jump into it. Here's my conversation with Sonia. We are on the Move In Senior Living Marketing with Sonia Vachon.
Yes.
With Further. You are the VP of Client Engagement. Tell me what that means.
VP of Client Engagement is me joining this amazing team and helping our customer understand that there's more value within the platform. There's more tools now available to them and get them to see the full potential of what the tool has been built to do. So it's no longer just a chatbot or a VSA, virtual sales assistant. It's much more.
So
I'm
much
super
more.
excited. And I bring my background into the story to help operator.
Well, tell everybody about your background. This is really important.
So I've been in senior living for over 12 years on the operator side, leading the marketing team at one of the largest operator in Canada. We had 200 communities. I had a huge team of 40 employees working with me on driving more leads through our communities. So I've understand, what people here are trying to learn. And I've been at SMASH for very long time and super happy to be here again.
Well, it's obvious because wherever you go, everybody's saying hi to you. So you're definitely a fan favorite. I would say might be voted most popular here.
No, most French Canadian popular because I'm the only one. Most likely. It's easy, right?
Hey, but you've excelled. Your global popularity. Definitely follows you. So
thank you.
So with your background. We were discussing some of the biggest challenges that senior living operators are facing. And just like to get your insight into what are some of those challenges, because I feel like they've evolved each year. And even this year, like the conversations we're having, it's almost like this springboard going into that next wave of solutions and technology and everything. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Well, my background being like a strong marketing background, I've always tried to stay close with the sales leader and bridging that gap. I think it's always been a challenge in this industry to break those silos and bring them closer together. So a common challenge has always been to, how do you process and do the lead handoff properly in a fashion manner. Speed is always how we win in this business. So I think this has evolved now. How do you enable sales team to leverage more technology, not to remove the human element aspect of it, but leverage technology to help them do the million tasks they have to do, so that they can concentrate on being in the moment with the people.
Focus on the people.
So I think that's a recurrent theme that I hear here and with every one of our customers right now. How can we like coach and change that sales mentality, not to be reluctant to technology coming into play in one of those touch points, those multiple touch points that we need to do with our prospect, but how do we leverage the right balance with technology?
Yeah, and I feel like the key is leveraging technology to make us more human.
Yeah.
And not replace the human element. I think too often that's what scares us.
Yeah, it does.
But if we can leverage that technology to bring us together, and something that you mentioned yesterday, just in the passing conversation, was really pulling together sales and marketing. At one point, they were kind of working. They were working together, but they were in two different silos. These two groups have to work in unison.
And look at the same overview KPI and how to provide that feedback loop to the marketing team so that their leads are qualified, their leads are the right ones, and they're spending their time in the right place. And that's where, now the technology is unlocking really all that potential. Yeah.
I like what you said earlier. We're going to unlock the technology and take it further.
That's how it works. R2 business.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
So tell me more about on the technology side and you really unifying the sales and marketing messages. And because we need to think about that entire customer journey and the information we have and having those insights and that dashboard availability so we can see that full picture from, like that lead gen to move in to really ongoing happiness and satisfaction.
Exactly. I'm so proud of how the industry has evolved and shifted and how everybody's looking at how to redo the digital lead capture, like their website and how they capture insights, right? So our tool, our technology comes and gather more insight than ever because we've made it easy, clickable, user-friendly. And we now know so much about that customer that the sales team is able to leverage that and not ask the same question and over. So what we uncover in whether it's a call recording, call tracking, call summary transcript, or digital, clickable moments, we know if they're looking immediately, what care level, who are they looking for? Those are to be leveraged by the sales team. That's how we connect the marketing insights to the sales team. So they just continue that conversation and move it faster forward instead of asking the same discovery question. Let's be smart about it.
Well, and sometimes if you're asking the same discovery questions and it becomes a check box, you're just, okay, we'll go into the next question. Exactly. And one thing you and I, again, discussed this some yesterday, which is it's the experience. What's the experience you're providing? And that's been a key word for me over the last few days is, going into this conference, I thought we were going to talk more about technology and AI. But again, I feel like the word that keeps popping up is experience. So what is that experience you're providing to all parties involved?
Well, today's consumer is shopping and wants more transparency, wants more information at the time that they want to look at. Like you and I both work 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. And like if my parents were in the need to search, I would have to do this outside hours or on weekend on my other person. That's me, the consumer, and offer them the technology can do that, can answer the question at the time that they want it. So providing a better experience from, giving them that information and being available outside of hours to answer some of the additional questions they may have. So that's where AI comes into play. And
100%.
Technology can, fill in those gaps. There's we meet the consumer where they are.
Because we think about where they are in that journey. They might just be looking for answers, looking for guidance. If we can provide that to them in their own time, their own place, of their choosing, I guess. Because a lot of times when we search for options, I don't care if we're talking about shoes earlier, if I'm looking at shoes, it's typically not from 8 to 5.
No.
It's going to be at 9 o'clock, at night before I go to bed. And we think about this client journey, think about the family members who are looking at options. It's not going to be between 8 to 5 typically. Probably not even 6 or 7. It's going to be before bed. I need to really think about this and see what's the best place, in terms of long term for my family.
And it's a long journey.
It is.
Try and be empathetic about it. Bring that human element back into, not be so pushy, so salesy, but really provide them guidance, insights, and walk that journey, that long path with them. And they may go forward and they may go 2 steps back. That's how it is, right? We understand the cycle, but technology also learns from all those touch points. The lead has revisited now 14 days later. How do we want to engage with that lead? The automation comes and can do that and alert the sales team that. So there's so many tools now that are available. And if the sales team is not like open-minded about it and super leveraging that technology aspect, they're missing out. They're missing out because it's just going to facilitate their next step or how to continue that journey with their customers.
And I feel like it's getting the salespeople to leverage the technology, but it's so important for the salespeople to make sure they're adding the data in to that technology because, and I know you're not going to make this commercial, but I'm going to give you like the red carpet to kind of talk about this because I think this is really important to detail of really what Further's doing in terms of bringing together the lead gen with the CRM providers and pulling this all together to tell that full complete story with the data that backs it all up.
Yeah, exactly. It automates the daily task of and data entry. Like nobody in sales loves to do that. So we'll speed things up. Speed to lead is key, but we're going to automate all of that to go and communicate between your CRM and the Further platform. And then from there, anybody can trigger automation like SMS campaign, email campaigns. It lives in one ecosystem.
That's good.
And that's where the platform has evolved and transformed the industry right now because bridging that gap between marketers and sales team and supporting them where they can be supported with automation is the key. And that's what's going to change the game.
We're only as good as the data we provide it. And to think about that. So okay, so last question is, I know that we have a lot going on, but what is the message that you're telling others in this space at this conference that they need to hear?
Well, there's a lot of technology partner and vendor in this industry, and the more you add to your tech stack, the more complex it becomes.
We discussed like with the group yesterday how it is getting a lot more complex, and how do you manage that?
So we're trying to consolidate and simplify the tech stack for sales and marketing team, at least, so that they can make nimble decision, agile decision quicker, faster, and really seeing the gap. So we're spending so much money to acquire leads. You know that, right? It is. The industry is it's expensive.
That's where we are in this
big budget.
Moment.
I know how much money goes behind trying to attract the lead and a qualified lead. So we're also focusing on quality. So making sure you see what's working, what's not, closing that loop back to, the one that moving. I want more people like those. How can my marketing agency work with me to go and get more leads like that? The platform now tells you that story in one simple way.
We have the breadcrumbs. We just need a follower.
Exactly.
And not add more breadcrumbs to it. That's distracting.
There's already a lot of that's diversification in lead capture.
For sure.
So,
Sonia, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today. Where can people find you to learn more?
I will be at the Further booth. I'm around here, and follow me on LinkedIn as well. Sonia Vachon, the French Canadian.
The French Canadian. All right,
that's in the senior living space. Happy to be here.
Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's a wrap on today's episode. A huge thank you to Sonia Vachon, VP of Client Engagement of Further, for sharing her insights on how technology can actually make senior living sales more human. But before we go, let's recap a few takeaways from our conversation. First, unify your sales and marketing efforts. Connect your data, align your KPIs, and close the loop between your teams. Second, leverage technology to automate the repetitive stuff so your teams can focus on what really matters, building genuine human relationships. And third, simplify your tech stack. When your systems work together, your teams can see what's really driving conversions and make smarter decisions faster. It's all about using innovation to unlock the human side of senior living. Thank you again to Sonia, and until next time, let's go create some meaningful connections.